In tonight's Family Focus, a Baton Rouge father says he started experimenting with identity theft as a teenager, and his first victims were his parents.
Yeah, he spoke with Fox 44's Reggie Marion about this life-turning moment and how others can protect themselves.
In a world where you can be anything,
it's identity theft, payment card fraud, check fraud, digital fraud, drug dealing, I mean, you name it, I was somehow, some way in the mix of it.
D'Artagnan Williams is a former master identity thief. When he was 15 years old, his first victim, his father.
By way of adding myself to his credit card as an authorized user. But I was a curious kid, and these curiosities led me down deeper paths and darker paths for that matter.
Williams tells me he was disciplined at the time, but that curiosity led him to steal his mother's identity next. And from there, he took his operation to new levels.
It scaled from my peers to my associates to then actually recruiting people that by the time I was 19 years of age, I made my first $1 million in cash.
It became a multi-million-dollar identity theft ring, his enterprise so big it caught the attention of the feds.
I had an FBI agent tell me that as a criminal, you got to get lucky every day, and I only got to get lucky once.
Williams was convicted at the age of 23, spending 8 years in federal prison. He worked with the FBI, Secret Service, and Louisiana authorities on cybersecurity and fraud. They wanted to know how he was able to pull off the crimes on such a large scale.
How do I engineer printer type, ink type, plastic type, font type, and all of the other technical tools that are necessary to perpetrate the crime?
While incarcerated, it was his family, pulling on the strings of his heart, that made him turn his life around.
I began to develop an appreciation for the way in which I need to be more present and involved in the growth stages of my children's lives.
The now 42-year-old is the CEO of a software development firm in Baton Rouge fighting against identity theft. To protect yourself, experts recommend placing alerts on your bank, credit card, and email accounts to let you know when they are accessed. Get a password manager. Do not use the same or similar logins across multiple accounts, and use two-factor authentication.
You have to be more intentional about protecting yourself.
Williams is also a best-selling author. His book, titled the same name given to him by the feds, The Master Identity Thief. He lays out his story and offers proposals for state lawmakers and Congress on how to better protect consumers. Reggie Marion, Fox 44 News.